Go ahead.
All right, good evening. Welcome to the November 3rd special meeting of the Board of Estimate and Taxation. Madam Clerk, may I get you to call a roll, please?
Mayor Rilling,
Here.
Mr. Abrams,
Here.
Mr. Camacho,
We didn't hear you, Ed. Oh,
Still
you're
on
not
mute.
muted, but we can't hear you.
He's going to dial back in, so let's go
Okay.
to the next and we'll catch him
Miss-
back.
Mr. Constant,
Here.
Mr. Jelleret,
Here.
Mr. Casimis,
Here.
Miss Yang.
Here.
We have everyone. We have complete attendance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have a quorum.
Ed, you want to come off mute and try one more time?
Mr. Camacho.
Still cannot hear you.
I think we got the sign.
I will acknowledge that Mr. Camacho is here.
Okay.
All right, we have one item on our agenda for this evening. It is a special appropriation request for the Norwalk Public Schools. May I get someone to please move this item for discussion and approval? Thank you, Artie. Madam Clerk, may I get you to please read the resolution into the record?
Resolution. Let's see. Resolution. Approve a special appropriation totaling 200,000 for the city's contribution to the free meals program for Norwalk Public Schools. Funds to be transferred from the general fund balance account noted to the Norwalk Public School lunch fund account noted.
Thank you. Tom, do you or Jared want to just explain this before we get any discussion?
Yeah, I can do that, Jared, or do you want to take it? I'm fine either way.
Sure, I can take this.
Okay.
After there, so there was as everyone knows and was publicized, there was after the budget was officially adopted, there was an agreement to get more money to the Board of Education to fund some needed programs. And then one of the programs that was part of the deal with the Board of Education, that one of the programs that was cut was the school nutrition program. And so there was significant concerns in hindsight about cutting that program. And so things were amended, and we are coming to you tonight to ask for your approval to do our share. The city could do its share of $200,000 for funding that program. The remaining amount will be funded by the McCord Foundation. So that would be a private donation from the McCord Foundation, and then the remaining amount will be funded by the Board of Education itself.
Okay, thank you. Questions, points for discussion?
Yeah,
by anyone on the board?
I have one.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
You probably were following very closely the discussions that were taking place relative to the Board of Education budget. And in that discussion, we agreed, and that'll be coming up, I believe, on the next meeting, I believe, Jared, if I'm correct. We agreed that the Board of Education would cut $2 million from their budget. And but they were supposed to be non-student facing positions. Unfortunately, they decided that $500,000 of that $2 million would come from the school free lunch program. I thought that was a little disingenuous. However, that's what they cut. And then I guess Dr. Estrella found a bit of funding from an outside source and came to me and asked if I would consider funding $200,000 to continue the program. Well, given the choice of $200,000 or sending kids to school hungry, it doesn't, it's not a rocket scientist to figure out that we have to fund that program. I just thought it was out of over $240 million, they could have found the $500,000 someplace else. But I strongly support this, and I certainly hope that the BET can support it as well.
Other comments? Ms. Yang?
I have just a couple of questions. So what, is the Norwalk Public Schools going to do the 200 and the McCord's going to do 100 to make up for the 500? Is that the math?
No.
Okay.
The Board of Ed's not doing 200. I believe the Board of Ed's input will be 75,000. And there's 200,000 coming from, I believe it's McCord, if I'm not mistaken, Austin McCord, and then 200,000 from the city. Yeah.
Are these related to SNAP? Or is this an independent program that Norwalk sponsors?
This is an independent program. It's nothing to do with SNAP.
So here's my question. I understand from Greg Burnett, who at one point of time had gone to the schools and had seen a lot of waste with the school lunch program. And my understanding, part of that was because it was related to SNAP, and that when a student was to take a meal, they had to take everything, like milk, salad, bread, entree, dessert. They had to take everything, even though they may have just wanted a carton of milk. And so a lot went into the garbage. So the question that I have is, can we loosen up some of the standards such that if someone comes up and since everything is free, we can, if someone just wants a carton of milk, they can just get a carton of milk and they don't have to take everything.
That would obviously be something that would have to go before NPS.
Okay.
And I don't know what their policy is, but it's certainly something that we can look at, make them aware of that situation. Greg Burnett, may he rest in peace, was always looking at different places that we can save money. And I think he was very much in tune with some of the things that were or weren't happening with NPS.
Right.
My concern with that is that I don't know what level of what age group we're talking about. If we're talking about high school, that's one thing. If we're talking about elementary school, I don't know. I'm not sure that it's wise to have an 8-year-old make a decision about what's a complete meal. But that it's a little bit more complicated when you're talking about younger children.
No, I think that's fair, Ed, but I think Ann's point is a good one at the appropriate levels.
Yeah.
And with the appropriate understanding, if we can help to eliminate food waste, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Again, Ann, all we can do is make the recommendation to Norwalk Public Schools and let the record show that the mayor has agreed to do so.
Okay, but can we make sure that within the record, or perhaps this resolution, is that we ask the Norwalk Public Schools to examine the requirements of the food funding to eliminate waste, where we don't end up with half the food in the garbage, which is one of the things Mr. Burnett had mentioned.
I think that would be hard to imagine that that's the case, that half of the food is wasted or even a third of the food is wasted. But without knowing the facts, it's kind of hard for us to really,
Again, fair point, and I think all we can do is suggest that they look at ways to eliminate food waste as part of, continuing to run this program. But again, that is, as the mayor said, up to Norwalk Public Schools to provide the direction within their organizations.
And we can ask them and mention it and suggest it. There are 20 schools that would be hard to monitor. Hopefully, they can put together a program that will stop excess food waste.
Quick question.
I'm just sensitive to time, folks, because we
if
do have a meeting at the bottom of the hour.
So,
If we could,
quick question. If
Okay.
So if we're replacing 500K, it seems like Norwalk Public Schools is only contributing 75, the McCord 200. And so that 25K, will it make a difference, and why isn't it being completely trued up?
The 75K is coming from a non-student facing position. And according to the superintendent, she feels very comfortable that this will be sufficient to fund the program.
Well, it doesn't add up. Jared, Kendrick's right. I mean, it's 500, but you're only saying 475.
Yeah, and why they asked for 500 in the beginning, and why they said it would be 500, and they cut the budget to the tune of 500. I don't know, but according to the superintendent, 475 would be adequate to fund the program.
But, yeah, and I can't add much more to it except to say that it's their analysis, it's their program, and they're letting us know what what the requirements are to fund it and to
Right.
provide the level of nutrition that they want to provide. So
Okay, last comment, Ms. Young?
Minor point, but if there is food waste, if they could just perhaps gather what is not being used for the day and maybe take it to one of the food pantries so that, again, nothing goes to waste.
I will mention that to the superintendent and ask her to establish a process where they can monitor what's happening, and if there's any room for improvement, how that improvement could be made.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Rowan.
Troy?
I agree with that point totally, and I appreciate you, Mayor, making those comments. My only point is on, I think we should try to have some type of communication. I'm all for the free lunch for all the kids, and I understand there's peer pressure and everything involved with this, but I also think that the NPS should send out communication to families that can afford the weekly lunch funds or breakfast funds, and give them the opportunity to make a donation or make some type of payment. I mean, when I had kids in school, I mean, when we were fortunate, I have no problem paying whatever the number is per month, per week. And I just think that maybe that communication can go out to families that would like to make the contributions and make those payments. So that's my only point there.
Okay, that's another suggestion we will make. Artie?
Be really quick. Are we saying that they have not funded this up till this point, so the kids had no food?
There's an approaching deadline. I'm not sure what it is. Jared or Tom, do you have that information?
no, the program was mostly funded. The program in total, I believe, was about $7 million. And so this was a portion of the program that they needed to round off in order to fully fund it.
Okay, so no one has been going hungry to
No.
date.
Okay, good.
All right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, all in favor of approving the resolution as read into the record, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The resolution is approved. Thank you very much. With that, that ends the agenda for our special meeting. May I get a motion to adjourn, please? So moved. Thank you. We are adjourned.
Ed, I think we'll just keep it going. I'll have IT parse the video. We've got 14 people on already. We'll just hang on for a minute or so until 6:30 and then start up with the regular.
Okay, Tom?
I have to excuse myself. I gotta go put signs out.
Yep. Good luck again, Artie.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Good to see you guys.
Good luck, Mr. Kasimis.
Thank you, sir.
Pastor Chaplain.
Yes,
And should you win, Artie, can you please bring?
I will
please
bring
them-
this up. I
Yeah.
promise.
Thank you.
I will bring this up.